Hey, Vigo's Court, we are back again with another edition, except this time it's a little different. It's an exhibition, but yeah, we're back. I'm your judge, Judge Vader. I'm joined by the fabulous Counselor Q.
What it do? What it do? We're gonna get into a whole fun night of shenanigans. Are you ready?
Dude, you are right. Shenanigans is right. And fun? Oh, it will be. Yeah, for sure. Guys, if you notice up in the top right corner, we again have that playstream banner. Use !playstream in the chat if you want to get in on these challenges. But today's your opportunity to go ahead and give these survivors and killers just a little bit more of a challenge than normal. Definitely, guys, the way playstream works, you guys can go ahead and donate to the league in the form of buying challenges that the teams then have to complete against each other. If nobody changes the map, for instance, we're going to Coal Tower. But you can choose what killer you want to see. So I don't want to see any Susie or Riot in the chat, because you can make Susie happen. All right, all you got to do is buy the card for Susie, and Susie comes out, yo. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fun opportunity there. There's things like no mither challenges. Do you want to see Arctic Wolves have to play the entire game with just no mither? Like, the body blocks are gone. Now what are you gonna do?
I think we had that last week, right?
Yeah, there was a 4 no mither challenge last week. Actually, it was hilarious. It was very fun. They actually did. Yeah. No, was it 2 or just 1? It might have just been 1. I think it was a 1 out because it was versus a nurse.
Getting anyone out on the nurse just in general is pretty impressive. So no mither, especially.
And if you remember last week, the other team 6 didn't end up showing up, so it was versus pub stompers instead.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that, actually.
So it was like a conglomerate of like people from other rosters, just bam. So yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, it should be very interesting this time around, though. I think Hookers is killing first from what I heard, so I'm waiting to get an invite from them on the lobby. But guys, for sure, right now, go ahead and take a look at all those challenges, and if you want to see either of these teams have to do one of these challenges, make it happen. Make it happen. Q, are there any challenges you think you want to see? Have you seen the zone yet?
I am actually looking through it right now. I mean, I'm always a fan of I see the no mither, obviously. I like the idea of no perks personally.
Yeah, I made Woe do that last week. I was like, you know what? Like, I help with the coaching of these survivors. I want to see him run with no perks, so I made him run perkless. And guys, definitely as well, I want everyone to know that we can also add any of your challenges in there. So if there's something you don't see and you want to see, go ahead and make sure that you put it in chat. And
wait,
hey.
So if I want to have somebody hit him with a head on and then with a flashbang, I can make my own contract?
Yo, that's a good idea. And yes, you can. Q, you want that added?
I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I'm going to sit on that.
All right. I mean, like, hey, Chad, if you like Q's suggestion, you might just go ahead and say, hey, Q, like, even if you decide you don't want to add it, I want to add it, so let's go. You know. Man, guess what? We have a red beanie alarm going off right now.
Is this what we're doing? Man, we're not even, what are we, like 5 minutes in and we're already getting the red beanie alarm?
Yo, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, did you get to Erie today?
I did get to Erie. We put the red red beanie on today.
That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, get to Erie, put the Erie beanie on. I like it. I like it. Hey, can we get like, can we change the name to Erie beanie instead of red beanie? Is that okay?
No, because it's cardinal red.
Oh, okay.
I know it's hard for you to hear living on the other side of Missouri, but it's cardinal red. So
I mean, I live in Kansas. What are you talking about? But yeah, for sure.
Is there a particular killer you would like to see tonight?
Dude, we could redeem any killer.
Or a particular map?
I mean, here's the thing. having the any map, we saw RPD last week.
Why would people do that though?
Because they can and they want to see comp players play on RPD. I mean, come on. Let me see. Oh my gosh. Somebody is suggesting, Bedside DVD suggests adding a challenge that's only perks that start with a certain letter. So like you can only run perks that start with a D. Deliverance, Decisive Strike, right there. Boom. Dead hard too. Deliverance, right. Decisive, dead hard. But then what do you put in the last one?
I don't even know.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, desperate measures?
I mean, I guess, yeah. That'd have to be other fourth, right?
Yeah. No BT though. You wouldn't see any BT at all.
I mean, we're used to only seeing 1 or 2 people with BT anyways, depending on who's on hook.
You right. We do see Tijuana here, so definitely I think we all know Tijuana to be able to run Nurse very well. But hey, this is an opportunity for chat to go ahead and say, yeah. I know that you like running Nurse. But what about Myers though?
Out, you know?
The clown? Dude.
My humongous humorous friend?
Hey, I mean, definitely could happen. I was just seeing the Mr. Myers Puddles emotes earlier. Mr. Puddles? Oh my gosh.
Well, however, whenever my son sees him, whenever I'm playing against him, he calls him Bing Bong from Inside Out.
That's fair. Honestly, that's fair. Oh my gosh. I really don't know. Who would I want to see Tijuana play?
Pinhead.
I don't want to do that to these survivors. Pinhead is annoying to play against.
I mean, it's not like in comp you have to worry about like, oh no,
it's Hag, but it says Chase Hag only.
Ooh.
So not just Hag, but Chase Hag.
I'm down for some Chase Hag. Chase Hag too strong.
Chase Hag, yo. Oh my gosh.
I am not super familiar with all of the requirements for Chase Hag.
You know,
I'm sure you do, yeah.
Man, actually, like I haven't played Chase Hag in forever. Honestly, I have to look it back up. I'm looking up add-ons and build right now. Because her add-ons got reworked anyway, right? So
yeah, but doesn't one of them change her speed, right? Or am I tripping on that?
I don't think one of them does change her speed right now anymore. At least I don't know.
I could be tripping on that.
I think you're tripping. I think so.
I am not a huge Hag fan. If I could phone a friend, I could probably use my community to get some people, but yeah, I'm not a.
I feel like.
You got wait. Maybe we have Chase Hag.
He's on.
But I mean, I do know that Chase Hag is the only way to do Hag.
Chase Hag only Hag.
Yeah.
Because Chase Hag has like what, the enduring Spirit Fury combo, right?
Okay, I tried to.
Or am I tripping on that?
I think you're tripping on that too. I was gonna say I thought it was pretty sure it had play with your food and save.
Both of them?
Mm-hmm. Hit other people and then let your obsession go. Get yourself some speed.
I know
I'm trying to find it right now. I can't find it.
chat, by the way, feel
somebody did find it. So I'm gonna
what was, go ahead.
yeah
What was the perk build?
Rambo, go ahead and unmute for a second. Just enlighten us all, please.
Okay, so this is what I got. Like, all right, guys, and this is Google. So like,
That's what I was
dumb at
trying
me.
to do, and that wasn't working.
Spirit Fury, Enduring, Save the Best for Last, Corrupt, and then the Purple Hand and the Eerie Shoe.
Somebody send that to Tijuana. Chase hack. All right, so it is sent to Tijuana. Tijuana knows now. Now, question: do we know? Do we know what map we should send him to?
Well, I think right now, if nothing's chosen, it should be Cold Tower by default. But I feel like that's kind of unfair for Hag. Yeah, well, I mean, it is Chase Hag, so it doesn't really matter, right?
I mean, it really don't matter. But what if they went to Midwich?
I'm not against it.
I'm just saying it could happen. Oh geez, so the next killer's already been chosen. It'll be Vami Mami for next game.
I'm down. I'm here for it.
The next killer's gonna have to play Vami Mami. That's it. That's it.
Here. I don't know. I do like I do like the idea of Cold Tower for Chase Hag though. But
Cold Tower Chase Hag?
I don't think I like it as much as Dead Dog. Just because I'm a Dead Dog fan.
I mean, somebody could do Dead Dog, I guess, right?
I mean, it sounds like you're more of a fan of Midwich.
I like to see maps that we don't normally see in comp a little bit. That's kind of what it tickles me a little bit. This is our only opportunity to get that, right? So like Midwich,
Should I be concerned?
Shelter Woods. I said that. Chase Hag, Shelter Woods. Like, go ahead and help the killer out a little bit. They are playing Arctic Wolves already, right?
But you said maps hit we don't normally see in comp, and then you said sheltered.
All right, but in Vigos, all right?
Okay.
In
okay.
Vigos, we don't see Shelter Woods, do we? It's not in the map pool. Neither's Rotten Fields, all right? Neither is Wrecker's Yard. You know why? I'll tell you, chat. You want to hear why? Because we don't have a main building on those maps, so they're out. They're out.
The one thing that I do also, of course, like with Chase Hag too is, as far as like with this style, is you don't have to worry about the balance of putting her on a map where she has some time to set up, because obviously, like, you know,
You
Chase
don't need
Hag,
that.
so-
Chase Hag.
Right. Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Now, for the survivors, though, there really aren't any challenges up yet. So, I mean, also, I'll let everybody know. It sounds like we're actually changing killers. So that is why we just saw the lobby break there.
Tijuana's like, nah, I ain't even.
Yo, y'all said
I ain't
Chase
even trying
Hag
to
and
play Hag
Tijuana
right
said,
now, dog.
what? Chase,
Yeah.
what? No. So,
I mean,
yeah.
to be fair, she's a very, like, I feel like she's one of those killers that, like, either you play her a decent amount or you just don't play her, right?
I feel the same way with Cenobite. Like, anybody that plays Survivor, like, is over here like, I could pick up Cenobite, but I won't, because I don't want to hate myself.
You don't hate yourself playing Cenobite. Cenobite's so much fun.
No.
I can't wait.
I think the thing is, like, a lot of Survivor mains, like, already, like, when they face Cenobite, they're like, I hate this. Like, they spawn in, see the chain around them, and they're like, I just want a DC. And they're like, I don't want to do that to others, all right?
I mean, but we are talking about the same, like, killer group that, like, I play against, right? Because it seems like that'd be what they'd be into.
The killer group you play against?
Yeah.
I mean,
It seems like they're
Having-
the ones who like making the survivors miserable. You know?
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's
Out here
fair.
running like Ruin, Undying, Plaything, Pentimento.
Man, you get some of the sweatiest people in your lobbies, actually. Having played with
Yeah.
you now,
Yeah?
yeah, you do. I don't know why, but yeah, you do. Oh my gosh, we have 3 killers up, so the next 2 killers are already chosen. We're seeing Plague and Demogorgon.
All right, you know what? Big props for the demo pick. I like it. I'm for it. We should give our we need to give our survivors some challenges, though. I mean, especially
That's what I'm saying.
Like Hag would be a perfect chance to do like a no perk
or no mither.
Oh no! Like
Chase Hag with no mither. Oh my god!
Like
think about it. Think about it, chat. The shenanigans. Or you know what? Give flashlight locker save. Give them that challenge or something. You know what I mean? What you
or
think?
I mean, you could always also do a Mori.
I mean, yeah, that's good for the killer there. You could do head-on stun, dude. You want to see a head-on play with no mither?
Oh man, imagine though. No,
Like
you know what we
stacked?
should do? No. If we're to do no mither, then we need to wait and we need to already play a card for the fourth killer, which is gonna be have the killer play Oni and then have the team run no mither.
Oh my god! What kind of punishment? Yo!
And the only reason I thought of this is because I remember once on a Monday starting up my stream, and my first game of the day, I load in and I hear Oni-chan, and I look on the left side of my screen, I see 2 broken statuses, and I'm like,
Hold on.
Brett.
He had Thana, didn't he?
No, it didn't matter. He had constant.
I mean,
power.
yeah, but here's the thing. That stacked with Thana, I mean, the one time that I tried to do no mither with a full swift, we all had no mither, and we spawned in and see the Thana signal, and we're like, oh, fuck. And then on top of that, it was an Oni. All 4 of us broken, and an Oni.
Not like this.
We got a 2
Can our
out.
team also offer to, like, give our survivors more stuff?
Wait, give the survivors more?
Yeah, like let's say if they know that like someone is gonna be playing a wraith, can I make like the survivors bring in 4 flashlights?
Yo, you could actually. You could. That could be an added challenge.
That could be fun.
Yo, it could be kind of a give and take. Like, do you want them to have an easier time, or do you want to give them the hardest time?
Look, I'll see your wraith with all flashlights, and I'll raise you a no mither.
Oh my goodness. Well, hey,
So it's like
Q,
you give a little bit to the killer, you give a little bit to the survivors, and
dang. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go into this match. It's gonna be on Cold Tower with the Chase Hag. Wait, certain letter only? Oh no. So that's gonna be a challenge for the next game, as it didn't make it for this
certain
one.
level, huh? Or a certain letter?
Certain letter, and we have our last killer is Oni. So hey, that's half the challenge. You know what has to happen, Q.
Yeah, so
We can't have any more killer
today.
picks. This is all the killer picks are in. No more killer picks for today. Challenge
means
either the survivors or the
now-
killer. I mean,
Now you get to spice it up. Yeah, challenge the survivors or the survivors, apparently.
survivors or the killer. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you can choose the map. Okay, we got 3 more maps to choose.
True.
3 whole maps.
You can make,
I'm good with that.
have the killers bring in Moris.
Ooh. I mean, like, I'm down to see a Mori. We saw a nurse Mori last week.
You can have someone try and go for a survivor tree.
Yo, you know something I just thought about?
What's that?
I think that we would end up seeing a devour play if the certain letter they have to choose for perks is D.
But wouldn't that make you cleanse totems right off the bat?
I mean, it definitely might, right?
It could.
Or picture this: it starts with an N. Are the perks like then you have to run Noed?
Ooh, okay, I see you. But then again, wait, why are we placing traps on a chase hag?
Yeah, I thought we did say Chase Hag, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm confused.
So yes.
Although I guess with chase hag, the traps just block it, right? Isn't that the whole deal with the shackle or with the shoe, right? Or am I tripping on that? Tripping on that probably. Never mind. Don't mind me.
I don't know.
I don't play much hag.
So the shoe makes her go faster, but she can't teleport. Okay, that's why chase hag. You can put traps down, but you can't teleport anyway. Chase hag.
Oh, so you just legit be wasting time putting down traps. I see. Okay.
Yeah. You do get the little speed burst effect as the traps go off. Kind of, it honestly sounds similar to coffee grounds with your trapper, you know.
I mean, all I know about Trapper is rip my ankles, honestly.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the ankles
Every
do be
child.
crying.
Yeah. It looks like here we've got Intimidator working over here. Was this, I guess, now over at 3. This is a nice little filler palette to be working at, especially against a chase hag. She ain't, fully thumbing just quite yet. I don't know if you're gonna be able to make that T-wall though.
No, I don't think you make that, but that's why he faked it. Oh, they coming in for body block. See, this is why no mither would be great. You gotta challenge these Arctic Wolf survivors with no mither.
This is tough though, because like you've got yourself, I was gonna say you can probably anticipate you're gonna have people rotating in, and this is a small map, right? But I guess that can also work into your advantage because it is a smaller map, so you can maybe be more likely to like anticipate where reset points are.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but at the same time, like we said already, you're chase hags, so like they're gonna know where you are. They're calling it out, and like, look, they're staying in the area, almost like just trying to be an extra annoyance, right?
And it's interesting here because we see that Chris is taking chase with Spider here, even though having to save the best for last.
Yeah, and oh wait, hold on, he heard you. Going ahead and moving away, and instead gonna chase turtle soup.
Yeah, we see him more rotating up to the one side of the map, not going to be able to make the window before taking the hit here. Hag do be having that reach though. That's going to be an M1 now, rotating that aggro here to the back of main building. Now more going to like our 11 side of the map, and we do see actually the detective tap now moving in to be able to take in the body block. Also, if they can rotate back towards chat, keep in mind, especially if you rotate more back towards like your 5 side, you haven't really taken chase back there. You still have a little bit of resources and things.
Yeah, that's true. And hey, I noticed something about Tap's name. It says Wispy the Monster. You think that's actually Wispy?
I mean, it could be. We know that Wispy is obviously our coach for the Arctic Wolves here, and I feel the little birdie in my ear is telling me right that is actually Wispy. So definitely awesome to have a notorious figure from the community join in with us on a fun community night like this.
Oh, for sure. And we do see it, like, Wispy resetting fast, real fast, coming in for body blocks, and Arctic Wolves just doing what Arctic Wolves does, right? Taking all the body blocks. Ooh, there it is, the Spirit Fury.
Yeah, of course, the Spirit Fury is not going to lie. I mean, yeah, you get the timing right with the stun, right, which normally builds you extra distance, but obviously not going to be able to do much with it. There's going to be a down here, and if I'm not mistaken, that's hook number 1 here.
It is, and 3 gens are done. Man, on a fun night like this, though, I mean, given what we've been able to do on that Ash to Eerie queue, I think a breakout Saboteur would be fun to see in one of these.
Oh, for sure. I mean, especially because we're not really doing like the same sort of like balancing and things, right? So you can probably have they're able to do like the 2 breakouts.
Well, I don't no, we do follow regular Vigo's rules unless a challenge throws us out of it.
Right. Okay.
So it would still have to be like probably the person that's running Saboteur would probably run breakout. But I mean, like, as this isn't counting towards your league record, now's the time to have some fun with it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even come out and maybe try practicing those party starters by running some flashbangs. That way you can acquire yourself a couple of them throughout a trial, right? Maybe even see if you can get somebody to submit like a challenge so you can get a couple of blinds with some flashbangs.
Yo, that would be kind of cool. Honestly, I think a challenge we should add is get one head-on flashbang play. Like, go ahead and head on the killer, flashbang him.
You think we'll see anybody even break out like a blast mine? Blast mines could be fun. The
Oh,
only problem
man.
is I feel like if there's a blast mine challenge, do you think the killers just wouldn't be kicking gens?
I think so. Honestly, I think the killer would be like, I'm not even taking the chance. I mean, have we seen Hag even kick a gen here? No. We're just staying in chase, yo.
I mean, that's a good point here. I mean, we even see here now moving more towards like your 9 side. You've actually got 2 survivors here. That was Intimidator. And I think that was also Spider there as well. So that gen should be getting complete here shortly. And of course, since this is a chase hag here, we also know that we or at least can probably assume that we don't have to worry about the no-ed there, right? But that's going to be Turtle Soup going down. We're going to see here at this point, you know, KFC Chris able to really turn over as far as your cooldown here, because you got 6 stacks of that save the best for last, and that's now going to be an elimination here. Generator number 5 getting popped, and of course no ed here, but we are chasing a detective tap that ends injured.
Yeah, and I mean, as we saw, that that pallet was already gone. We're running low on resources. Although what that is that's a pretty good pre-drop if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, I gave you some room here, but that does look like, oh, but a nice dead hard here by Tap is going to build a little bit more distance here. Now a swing here. If Wispy can build just a little bit more time, or if we got a good body block coming in, here's a body block by a Spider, and that's a very important body block, because of course, with Spider being the obsession, that does take 2 stacks away from that save the best for last, so a really smart play there.
Yeah, and Wispy now running around, they might be able to reset Spider and come around for another body block. Actually, it sounds like Wispy's resetting.
Yeah, I think the try here is it looks like maybe those, let's say if Wispy can maybe try and just prolong this chase enough going through a few areas to get the heal, or we do see Spider, it does get reset here. And yeah, as you can see, we're getting pretty close to the door. So especially, yeah, Spider's actually going to be able to set up in the actual way there. So now it's going to be, yeah, hit and then in and out there. So.
Yeah, really good play. Arctic Wolves going ahead, taking the lead in the exhibition match, 19-7.
I mean, you know, Chase Hag is the challenge. You gotta say though, Arcula did a very good job of just being able to consistently beat not only in Chase, but was getting a lot of M1s. It's just, we saw there kind of the power of Arctic Wolves, right?
For sure. Yeah. Super fun as well. Like, I do see Kate was saying that it was actually kind of a challenge for them to find who was going to play Hag, because almost nobody on the team had her. So
that even happened on the roster.
But nobody had bought Hag. Everybody had decided, nah, not gonna touch.
I mean, to be fair, I think I literally only put points into her for her perks. I don't think I've ever really played her heavy. I mean, obviously it showed my knowledge. I feel like I've been able to at least know most of the add-ons and stuff and what they do for every other killer. We got the Hag. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. There's the shoe.
I know Mint Rag.
And
I
turns
know.
her into a ballerina, I think, or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Chase Hag, like, I only ran Chase Hag once or twice, and it was because, like, a viewer was like, hey, you should run this. And I'm like, I see, I can't teleport. Why have you done this to me? But yeah, honestly, that was a very good match, very fun match. We did see a death in it as well, which is always fun. We should see, it looks like Wispy has just added me on Steam. I don't know if we're gonna see Wispy killing.
Ooh, that could be fun. Who was our next killer again?
Plague. We're gonna see a Plague here.
I mean,
for sure.
to be fair, I know Wispy plays a pretty nasty Plague, so.
Right. Hey, also, we need to know, we need Amy to tell us, but we actually have a certain letter only perk, like redemption there. So
oh yeah.
What is the letter? The letter is S. So I believe that challenge is just for the survivors, but I'm waiting on confirmation. If it's for both, that's pretty crazy, because
I
then
think that's pretty spicy, actually. Let's do both. Just for
let's
fun.
do both. All right.
I
So
mean,
I like
unless
that.
there's any.
Hey, the crazy thing too is, and I'm gonna check, but I mean, on the I guess we're waiting actually for confirmation on whether or
I
not
do
it
see
does
that it's like
affect
the
both.
same price as like picking a killer, so it makes sense if it's like pick one side or the other.
Yeah, either survivors or
Yeah.
killer. So
But I feel
we're
like
waiting
it
on,
should be able to give you the option
confirmation.
of either or. You know what I mean?
Right. So looking at the letter S, honestly, that was pretty generous because a lot of perks start with S here. It looks like starting with Saboteur, right? Going all the way, you have like a whole page of perks, so you have more than 12 perks available.
Ooh,
Honestly,
you know what that means? We get to see. Oh, never mind. We're only doing this around. I was gonna say on killer side means because he's starstruck, but never mind.
it's just for the survivor side. Okay,
Yeah, but we could have saw him starstruck.
but the killer has to bring a Mori.
I like it.
Oh yeah. Oh, that is definitely fun. Do we want to see the map changed though? Is my question. For the survivors though, I'm taking a look. I see there's Streetwise, Stakeout, Sprint Burst, Spine Chill, Soul Guard, Solidarity, Soul Survivor, Smash Hit. Hey, will we see? I think Smash Hit and Sprint Burst are the only exhaustions now under that.
That's tough.
Against a plague. Not the worst to have to like
Not
try
the
to
worst,
stun her.
not the- yeah.
It's not a huntress at least.
I'm just hoping we get to see some sabos.
Yeah. Well, somebody might be running Slippery Meat. Do you think they just start taking attempts?
I mean, I'm down.
Situational awareness, self-care, self-aware,
Against the plague.
self-care against a plague, yo. Or even solidarity against a plague, you know? Like, go ahead and heal another survivor and heal yourself 50%. It'll be great, trust. All right, so I'm still waiting on an invite from our survivors, or from our killer. Actually, I'm not in with our killer yet. I don't know who's killing, so I'm gonna keep waiting for that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see
Since
what gets run.
that's a good question. Since they are limiting, I see this question in chat, so I figured I'd ask. Since we are limiting their perks here, are they allowed to double up on perks here?
So it sounds like they're supposed to try to use all different perks, same as regular Vigo's rules, but if they needed to, like if there weren't enough perks under that letter, then they could double up.
So like where you said there was like 12 perks, so they can double up on a couple of them. To
Yeah,
make sure everyone's
yeah,
got
but we should see one of each one, which means versus this plague.
Someone that's
So somebody has self-care. Exactly. Somebody has to have Soul Survivor.
hold that.
Exactly that. So let me go ahead and make sure that these survivors are added here. So we went ahead, have them here. They should be joining in. Oh my goodness. Honestly, this letter perk, certain letter challenge, I think that would be pretty
I feel
good.
like this would be a fun like Rotten Fields pick here.
Oh, buddy. Oh, why would you do that to them versus a plague?
Because it just sounds fun.
In Rotten Fields.
Although to be fair, I guess right now is the survivors from the killer last game. I feel like we should be helping them a little bit right now. Because I feel like we really put the ball in the survivors' favor last time.
Yeah. And the killer already gets to bring a Mori.
I mean, what does that mean? That just means they don't have to take time for last hook.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, we're gonna see the Mori. It's gonna be good. What if we challenge Wispy where she's gotta get a grab?
I just think the tough part about that is like at that point the survivors know about the challenge, right?
That's what makes it hard, you know?
That's why it's a challenge, I guess.
You know what? No, I've got it. Get at least 4 hooks in the basement. Wispy has to try to get him to the basement.
I think there's
It's there.
like a,
It's there as a challenge.
yeah. 4 hooks in basement. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right there. Next to map of choice. Yep.
Yeah, it's
That could be
there.
fun.
It would be so fun.
That doesn't have to be like 4 at the same time. It's just 4 over the course of the trial.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody says you have to get the 4K, so that challenge is here.
Wispy 4K, let's go. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but I'm saying a Wispy Plague 4K can be done. If there's anybody who's gonna come into Vigo's court and get a 4K on the Plague,
I mean,
yeah, I'm pretty sure she
Fair.
4K'd Agnes with the Plague, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So
I
it
think
has been done before.
I think that's fair. Yeah, guys, we will definitely be waiting a little bit longer here. That way these survivors can get set up, but that way you can also keep on challenging them with playstream. All right, it's gonna be great. I want to see more challenges come through.
And just keep in mind too that like with the challenges, like not only are you helping, obviously support the league, but also the challenges, since you are challenging the team, like some of that earning does go to them as well.
And it looks like map of your choice came through. I definitely can say, yeah, I did that one. We're going to Midwich.
Let's go back to school. The one thing that's nice for you on like when you're working on working against a Plague on Midwich is she can't get like max range out of her vomit in the hallways, right?
Right, and that's why I did it. I wanted to go ahead and I was like, what map would it be a little bit more difficult for Plague?
With
Midwich.
the 4K challenge.
Hey, you know what though? I mean, like you said, Wispy's well known within the community for being a great killer. So I just want to make sure if we're challenging Wispy, let's make it a challenge.
So we've got Plague on Midwich
Versus the
using
survivors that can only
all
use S perks.
with the S's.
You know what's funny actually is that I think Wispy in the chat, not in the Twitch chat but in the exhibition chat, I think is trying to title the next little short for Vigo's court. Yeah, she put in all caps Midwich Plague Mori versus survivors only with S perks.
I'm interested to see how it works out.
I think
What do
I
you-
think it'll be exciting.
I'm taking Wispy for the 4K. You taking anything different?
No.
No.
I think it's every time I bet against Wispy, I end up losing. So,
That's fair.
just gonna go ahead and give in, all right? If you can't beat him, join him, all right?
Yeah. I mean, gotta make sure you bet the line right. You don't bet with your heart. You bet with your head. So
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
as a Vikings fan, I've learned that one well over the years. So
I mean, hey, as a Vikings fan, at least you ain't a Cowboys fan, okay?
Trudeau.
Yo, all right, or a Patriots fan this year, goddamn. All right, but I think that we have all the challenges that we need to have, right? Are we
All right.
ready to move into the next role?
I'm ready. So we got Midwich, only S perks, not S tier perks, only S perks
Mm-hmm.
with the Plague.
Yo,
Challenge of a 4K. Did I miss anything? With the Mori.
with the Mori? Yo, what would be crazy is if somebody comes in with another one of those challenges, right? You have to use perks that start with the letter N, right? No Mither is one of those perks you'd be forced to run then.
Yeah, but I feel like it'd be more fun to force multiple no mithers than.
Yeah, all 4 No Mither. I mean, 100%. Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. My goodness, though. Yeah, honestly, these challenges are really fun. It's a really cool opportunity for you guys to go ahead and get involved, and we love it. We love it.
All right, and so here, I guess, here's my question with Midwich here, because obviously it's not your typical map like comp map. Do you just try and lock down like a certain corner of the L, kind of top and bottom floor, so you kind of limit your map?
Man, I think nah.
You just go.
You just go. This becomes Chase Plague. We just saw Chase Hag, and I think this becomes Chase Plague. Like, you are just trying to infect and down as fast as possible, and it's Wispy to Monster right here, so obviously she's just gonna chase him down, right? Like, we're gonna see right here. Look, we already found a survivor. That was fast. You right though. You mean you didn't want to see yourself? I'm just kidding.
I mean, I don't mind, but I think the better picture is seeing what's going on here. We do see, though, you found yourself a survivor relatively quick here. Unfortunately, though, that is going to be a 9 getting cleansed relatively quick here.
Yeah, and these survivors are actually doing a pretty good job of staying away from the plague, not getting infected, not touching those infected gens. We do see corrupt is up, but it doesn't seem to matter right now. These we see our first infection, so one of those gens is getting touched.
Yeah, one thing that works on your side here on this map is like it doesn't give you the best totems, or it doesn't give you like the best like exposed totem spawns, in the sense of sometimes you really have to go digging. There have been times that I've like passed through the same room 2 or 3 times, and I literally didn't check the right like nook in the corner to find the bones. You know what I mean?
For sure. Wait a minute. What is going on here, Quentin? What? Oh no.
We do see, though, with the quick down onto Quentin, not only do you have Quentin down here, but now everyone is either exposed or sick already at this point. So do you think we see our survivors going more with the over cleanse method, or do you think we try and see them play this out as long as possible before cleansing?
I think they're gonna probably try to like wait this out. They're gonna wait as long as possible, but with the Mori in play, that's not going to consume hooks, things like that. I think that's tough. Oh man, we almost got a hit there. Did you see that?
I did. If I can be honest with you, I think you over cleansed.
Yeah.
Only because in the sense that like with Wispy, you figure that when she gets her power, she's gonna get value out of it anyways. So if I can at least kind of control when I'm giving her that power, in the sense of I can control when I reset her pools, you know what I mean?
Well, the other thing too is if you over cleanse, as soon as she gets her power, it's available for you to start cleansing again, right? And so if you were infected, you just use it to full heal, and then she actually has to hit you twice instead of only having to hit you once, which is what's going on right here.
But we do see the nice mind game around what's usually a pretty relatively like kind of medium tile, right? Like it's not the safest, but you can play some mind games. But we kind of saw Wispy kind of showing why it's not really known for being a safe area. It's just you don't really have a long enough wall on either side to really be able to make a mind game there, right? So it's just kind of just a matter of time, especially with Bloodlust and the way it works, and you don't really have anywhere to go.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, we're seeing these survivors finish their first gen, but man, oh man, is this we're doing 360s here? 360? I'm getting dizzy.
But I also think the other thing too worth noting, why I would do the over cleanse method too here, especially Wispy's running that Thanatophobia. So like right now, it's 20% slowdown on those gens. Like that's just that's a lot of time collectively, even with the ruin now being broken. It's a lot of time to add. I just feel like you have to make that change here, or you need someone to go on a hell of a run.
Yeah, and I mean, like we talked about, somebody's got to be running self-care right now, and I mean, just also want to confirm here, that there would not be any prove thyself. I know it's banned, but like with S perks, you know it's not there either. So unfortunately, yeah, that Thana really does hurt.
Especially it's interesting to see as we do see like the progressions going here, right? Like it does look like we might be seeing our survivor here just progressing into that death phase. And if that's the case, I mean, yeah, you lose 5% of that obviously once the elimination happens, but more of a reason why I feel like if you're going to be allowing the sacrifice to happen, you just cleanse, because you need at least one. You'd prefer 2 gens before the elimination is done, and instead we see now getting moved into a 3v1 here, still with 4 gens to be complete.
Yeah, and unfortunately Ace getting caught out of position by a just amazing mind game there, and gonna go back up on a hook. Now the good thing by not unhooking that survivor is that hook is now consumed, and if you look around at these hooks, this is kind of the problem with Midwich. You might not get to that hook. I think we will get to this one, but if this one gets consumed and they start going down on that side, Wispy just doesn't get a hook.
Yeah, I just actually was noticing that looking around, especially if you die like more like courtyard side, if that courtyard hook's done, kind of more towards the middle. Yeah, that could be really risky. But we do see here now, at this point, Wispy's going to go ahead and pick up that corrupt pool. A lot of progress on this gen here, sitting at about 60%, I think that was. But still not close enough to, I mean, you're still going to need quite a bit of progress on there, plus the 15% slowdown currently from that Thanatophobia. Again, I understand the thought process of let's not.
Do you think Dwight didn't know she was going through the secret tunnel?
Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like there was so much noise that was made.
That's what I was thinking too, but maybe that generator was a little too loud. Dwight had the earplugs in, just didn't hear her coming up, you know?
I mean, to be fair, that thing is knocking like a Ford in the middle of December, so that thing is making quite a bit of noise. But yeah, I just feel like especially because like you hear the one break and then the one right after, didn't she also kick this gen too? So it's like 3 breaking animations back to back to back. I feel like I don't know, that's tough. That's a pretty big mistake. But I mean, at this point here, right, you're gonna see the cleanse coming in. Oh,
What? She almost got Ace with that. What? Oh my gosh, just what awareness, honestly.
yeah. I mean, I think what we just saw there was a really good display of the type of map awareness and situational awareness that Wispy has that allows, you talked about her to be one of those names within the community that's known for not only being a very strong killer, but having a very diverse killer pool as well. No pun intended, playing the plague.
I see what you did there. Yeah, definitely. Every time I see Plague like over there getting her corrupt purge, I just think of that Adam Driver like little TikTok that was going around where he just like slurps up the soup a little bit, goes good soup. It's what I think of every time.
Oh, you have been able to find a survivor here, though, in this science room. Able to swing through the pallet here. Oh,
what?
What? Oh, but the second one hits. Yeah, okay behavior.
Well, the puke is affected by gravity, unlike those fridges that are thrown by a huntress,
Oh, man.
When
the moon hits your eye and it's your turn to die. That's amore. You love to see it. We don't get to see that too often over here in Vigo, so when you see it, you just enjoy it.
Yeah, you definitely do. And
so how many hooks is that down there?
I'm seeing a good, let's see, 8 hooks already. Yeah.
Sheesh, one gen done. Wispy the monster. Maybe not just a name. My goodness.
And on Midwich, I mean, with the plague doing well, I mean, we've seen multiple gens knocking quite hard, but
the plague doing what?
Just doing what plague do. Honestly, just killing, puking.
You say, well.
Yeah.
Got him.
Oh wow.
As we see Wispy here drinking water from the well as well.
Yeah,
With
definitely.
more wells.
Yep. Well, indeed, that's what she's doing.
But it's interesting though. You talked about we've seen like multiple gens. Do you think they're trying to? Do you think they're just kind of rotating with what they think is the heartbeat, just kind of trying to stay out of the way, but just not worrying about completing gens and just trying to see if maybe you can get kind of a couple of them back to back and late game was the hope maybe? Because like you said, I feel like every time we pass a gen, it has more progress than the last time we passed it. You know what I mean? Well, except for that one.
Yeah, that one's still regressing, but that's like the only one. But I mean, yeah, like you said, honestly, every time we've gone to a gen, it is progressing, and I do think that that's exactly what they're doing. Midwich is one of those maps where you can just rotate opposite the heartbeat and just work on gens.
Now we do see with the slug here, of course. Oh, well. Was trying to see maybe there if they could get some soul survivor value, but unfortunately that's going to be the hatch getting closed there, and Midwich, not the friendliest of doors.
Midwich says, "How dare you, DC? This is unforgivable."
I do gotta say though, with a 4K challenge on the board, I am happy that the hatch spawned in front of Wispy though. Like if you're in a DC, to try and give your homie hatch, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Oh no, ingesting the corruption we are.
Oh, yep, and actually, wow. I wonder, I feel like you pick up she picked up the pool there, and I don't know if she knew that the Claudette was there until the Claudette started panicking.
Nah, we saw the Claudette before the pool. At least I did on this screen here. We looked her in the face.
Okay. Maybe that was something I missed, but I'm also...
It's okay. You're watching it through Discord. Every once in a while, Discord does that thing where it goes, "Hey, bud, do you want to see the 8-bit version?"
Hey, I got you with that N64 gameplay, bro. Let's go.
Bro, I got you with that N64 on the old CRT, but hold on. Let me put some Vaseline on the screen for you.
Yeah. What we do see here, you know, I mean, I'm not sure what resolution y'all are watching this in chat, but that does indeed look like a 4K to me. Wispy here taking the hookers back to school.
Whew. It definitely was a very, very fun game for sure to watch from here.
I mean, I'm just glad I wasn't the one having to play against Wispy's Plague on Midwich, where you don't really have anywhere to run, but...
I mean, yeah, but Wispy now has to play demo.
Demo's fun, though. Much respect to whoever it was that gave us the demo love.
I mean, yeah, demo's a lot of fun. Now, what if demo has to only run perks that start with, let me see.
So does that mean somebody can make a custom challenge and make it a shred only demo?
Oh my goodness. I mean, what would you even name that challenge? Sounds so specific to demo. I mean,
well, I feel like you should be able to do like
M2 only, but that doesn't work for certain killers.
Yeah, power only.
Power only. Well, then what do you do for Wraith though?
When you can't have that contract for Wraith.
Okay.
If that contract gets played while it's Wraith, you say "Bing bong, fuck your life," and you just.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's fair. I'm down with that actually. No, 100%. I'm down with that.
Because so in that way, like if it's a huntress, you know, it's a huntress only, whip only, you know, power only with pyramid head. You wouldn't be able to do it with pinhead. Basically, you just have to be able to do it with killers that make sense. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like you could do it with Ghostface, but that would just be really cruel. I mean, you have to expose them.
Yeah, you have to expose them, but like it's still an M1. Like.
Right. That's why I'm saying it'd be cruel though, because then once you're broken out, like you really can't do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you'd have to expose them and then hit them while you're still in stock.
Right.
Crazy. We do have what map is that? What map are we going to? I'm waiting to hear from our no, I was actually waiting to hear. I was waiting for the little birdie, man. The little birdie. Because
you're like, I don't know, you're supposed to tell me, boss.
So you see, the map did not tell me
Yes,
where
let's
we're
go.
going. But we're going to Leary's, all right? Leary's Memorial Institute. That's where we're going. Also, I do want to shout out, we did get a raid from Powa of Chicken. So thank you for that raid. Powa, yes.
Feel the power.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. You know, now I'm craving like some Popeyes right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, you know what I've been feeling since moving out here to where we don't have any of them? Is a Wingstop, bro.
Bro, I've never been crazy about Wingstop. I'm not gonna lie to you,
Well, to be
Chief.
fair though, that's because you're from like Barbecue Central, so
I mean, you're
I'm
right.
sure you probably
You're
got a
right.
whole bunch of like local spots.
I got a list of like 40
Yeah,
local spots
yeah.
that make wings better.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, honestly, I mean, if I'm out of town and Wingstop's all they got, like I'll order Wingstop. It's not bad.
I mean, Wingstop's still
just if
better.
I'm
I would say
home.
better than any of your other like national chicken chains.
Buffalo Wild Wings,
Yeah, 100%.
100% it is better. You right.
Then obviously when you think fast foods, I'm taking Wingstop over. God, fuck! Now I'm hungry, bro.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like,
And I had dinner like right before we started.
me too. I still got my fucking plate right here. I'm like, but I'm hungry, bro. I'm like, yo, Popeye's chicken, come over here. Send me food. Hey, but we got Team No Mither. Just got a, yeah. Oh yeah. Somebody
Wait,
tell them.
For this one or for the next one? Can we say that for the next one?
That's for this one. Somebody will have to do it again for the next one.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Someone, please, for the Oni.
For the Oni, Team No Mither. I mean, oh my lord. Team No Mither versus Oni, dude. Like, ouch.
Team No Mither with Bloody Glove, or whatever it is, right? The one where they soak up the orbs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Dude. That would be. It would be Arctic Wolves. I'd be interested to see, do they get out?
Yeah.
But you know, you know what? There's another challenge I want. Dang, a 4K challenge also coming in. You know, another challenge that I think I want to see though. I want to see.
Yo, also, by the way, while he's thinking of these challenges, man, big shout out to everybody that's submitting challenges, like
sure.
for real.
Yeah.
Obviously, again, not only are you helping support the league, but also supporting some of our awesome competitors and making things fun and spicy here. So, and you know, who knows? Maybe giving us some crazy ideas for later. You know?
Yeah, I want to see a hatch escape required. Like, one person has to escape through hatch.
So does that mean you allow a key in then? I feel like you have to, right?
Yeah, if the hatch gets closed, you can open it. Yeah, I think that's fair. But then I think the killer knows, like, the killer's looking for who has the key.
Right. Well,
gotta
right.
die.
But even still, though, like you can pick up a key off a hook, like.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's one more thing you have to control at the end, right? You have to control at that point hatch and both doors.
Yep. We do see a Mori coming in too. Oh my lord.
Y'all just want the Moris, huh?
I mean, this is about to be a demo Mori. You know the demo Mori is, that's choice.
Was that for this
Honestly-
one or was that for the next one? I thought we already had one for this one.
We didn't have a Mori for this one.
No. Okay.
So now we do. Oh my gosh. Crazy. Oh man. So let me think. With demo, we've got the 4K, we've got No Mither, we've got Mori. We're going to Cold Tower right now. We've got 3 more no mithers because the whole team has no mither. Let me see. I mean, what else could we add on there? Like, honestly.
Oh yeah, we don't have a map right now, do we?
We don't have a map. We're going to Coal Tower right now.
No, we do have a map. Larry's.
Larry's, you're right. See, this is why I was reviewing. I wanted everybody to know where we're at right now. See?
Yeah, you were just making sure everyone was paying attention. I got you.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Pop quiz.
Let me see. Like that's what we got right now. So we can't have another map for this time. I really want to see that hatch escape added because I want to see somebody bring a key and use the hatch.
We will have to remember though the idea of the power only.
Yeah,
applicable.
power only should be added too, I think. Yeah.
And again, that's like a when applicable in like parentheses, like
a hatchet only huntress.
That's what I'm saying. Would be fun to watch, right?
Gunshot only Deathslinger.
Yep.
Dang. Q, that you're a genius.
I know.
Yeah.
Not just a hat rack, my friend. Not just a hat rack.
Dude, like. Okay. I'm speechless, okay? You got me speechless over here. But I think we've got all the challenges that we're going to have for this one. I think we're almost ready to get started here. Do the teams know about all the challenges? My question. We might give them a little bit more time just in case they need to set up. It sounds like they may still need to set up.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, game plan demo on Larry's both sides, to be fair.
No mither.
With no mither, yep. So right now the bar is what? 2 escapes on a no mither team?
Yeah. One escape actually.
How
No,
many
just
hooks?
one escape.
Do we know?
It may have only been 5 or 6
the rest of them were
hooks.
progressions though?
No, wait a minute. Because there was a Mori with Devour. So yeah, I think it was at least like there were at least 5 hooks that were then unhooked.
Right.
I know one of the unhooks happened inside of the radius because it was Rambo that forced that. So it was at least 6 hooks at that point. Rambo though was then death hooked, so it was 7 hooks. And then Shep got just Mori'd.
I'm sure she was fine with that though. Ghostface Mori.
Nah, no. It was Nurse.
Oh.
She got choked out.
Oh yeah, then she was not okay.
She
with
was
that.
not happy with that.
Yeah. Not as upset as she would have been with a Pinhead Mori though. So.
Being sent through that portal, she would have hated that.
I got to learn firsthand on our first day of Ash to Erie shooting for the Vigo Scored edition. Of course, literally first game, guess who it was?
Pinhead. Mm-hmm.
On the game.
Hey, Q, did you notice something just pop into the challenge? Power only is an option.
Is it? Well, let's go.
I mean, you'd have to do it for next time, but I mean, like an Oni versus a no mither squad with power only.
That's kind of fair. It's like you give both teams a little bit of a challenge. Because, I mean, he would be able to get into his power pretty quick again with a team of no mither, right?
I mean, yeah. Yeah. Hey, but wait, hold on. There's a battle for who's going to get this, right? Because, for the no mither challenge, do they just have to run no mither or do they have to escape? They automatically get it. Okay, sweet.
It's like one of those, like, as long as you, like, sign into the trial with all 4, you know what I mean?
Right.
Complete the challenge. Now accept your punishment.
I mean, honestly, the teams are getting half of the revenue from that, or half of the profits from that challenge. So I think like the teams are going, oh, I have to run no mither? Shit. But I got money? Shit. You know what I mean?
True though. I mean, that's gas money.
That's a
trip to make Mickey D's.
Yo,
Maybe-
give
maybe
myself
that's-
2 McChickens.
Maybe that's the fat boy in me, though. I was thinking.
Can I
like,
get
you
a McPick too?
know? Just make sure that it's the McChicken and the McDouble. And if you live in a college town, or just some places they call it that one thing, but you know it's just banging anyways. We do
Dang.
see here now going with the portals. Obviously, you see one here in the middle, which is going to be nice if you can establish yourself a nice little portal or like a nice little web of portals all the way around. But we are going to see, of course, that add-on value, being able to get the auras coming out of the upside down, which is going to be huge now going as a team of no mithers.
Yeah, but look at Cheryl running this quite well. Unfortunately, how did you use the pallet there? But it's okay. You got the window. Oh no! There's the down though.
Yeah, and that's the shred. Of course, is going to be able to close that distance from one side of the wall to the other with the hook here. You've also got a portal to be able to go maybe like right back to the library and kind of just do a nice little once over here, because you don't have barbecue, but when you go up in the upside down, you can get a couple of auras, right?
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, and we do see a few auras. We're going for the person who is most likely to come for that hook there, right? And we do see actually there's another person that was right on that gen, so getting really good value.
However, we'll see this time coming back to the hook here and not getting any sort of pickup as far as auras here. I'm not sure if maybe that was to try to trigger and unhook by staying away from, keeping the heartbeat away from the hook or whatnot. But we are going to see effective use on the gens. 2 gens popping just like that, but we are going to see, the shred not going to be able to close the distance. However, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to get the unhook in. However, nice job rotating the backside of Cheryl there. That way you can go ahead and get that now by sitting there. Now you're just going to make Wispy count out your beats.
Oh my gosh. Yep,
Oh,
there it
and she
is.
slaps him with the D.
Hey, can I just say something? I'm noticing something in the build here that the survivors already know about at this point. But we got Starstruck on a demo versus a team of no mither.
That's it's pretty tough. That's I feel like that's one of those things that's like it's like the extra meme on top, you know what I mean? Oh.
I mean, yeah, definitely. But hey, I got a question. Since Starstruck is a banned perk and we brought it into a fun match, is that a 10-point penalty?
Oh, no. Oh, I'm a fan.
I just had to ask, like, hey, that could be.
I mean, we do see though right now Arctic Wolves definitely very, very firmly in the lead here. However, worth noting the hookers pounding out some gens here.
Yeah, they're doing quite well. They might get caught here around the basement though, hanging too close here.
Yeah, I would imagine when you heard Wispy traversing the upside down, you had to probably figure that she was coming back to the hook, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's exactly why you see the survivors just get the hell out of Dodge.
So do you think they just prioritize the last gen in this case?
I mean,
Because I mean, now you should pretty well know the build, right?
yeah, you should, but well, actually, do you think? I mean, I don't think that they know. I think that Iron Grass probably has been called out. Agi's probably been called out, but we haven't seen our last perk yet.
The Starstruck?
Huh? Dude, there was no corrupt.
You talking about the Starstruck?
No.
The one on the left there? He was using that on the way down to the basement, wasn't she?
Wait, really?
Yeah, she was
Did I
just
miss
swinging
that?
left and right.
Should just swing it. Well, I mean, yeah. Mad Grit's in play, yo.
Yeah, that's why I was laughing when she's going down the stairs.
You right. Hey, have you ever heard of short-term memory? I got that. No, I'm just kidding.
We do see though. I mean, it's a shame we didn't see that 4 hook challenge. Cause what? That'd be 3 of the 4 there.
It really would.
Oh, I see someone put in the 4 of 1 item challenge actually in the thing also, by the way.
Wow, really? Like just now?
I don't know if it was just now, but I happened to look up and I saw that next to power only was the 4 of 1 item. So like if we were to do
Oh, okay. So yeah, now you can do that. Nice.
do like the wraith with the 4 flashlights, imagine.
Oh my gosh. Oni no mither, but 4 medkits.
Oh. I hate you sometimes.
I'm just saying, you know, maybe. Ooh, no mither pickup right there. Be orange getting value out of no mither and running away.
Now here, what is that showing? So we've got 1 slug. Oh. Does B orange be the last one? Oh, come here, B orange. Oh yeah, you don't get too far here, right?
Nah, no. Both the people die in the basement, but hey, hold on. There it is. Another no mither value. You know, you love to see it. You just love to. Oh.
Definitely.
You love to see it. Are we teleporting again? Is this more no mither value?
I think this is coming to check and see if the door. I think Wispy was trying to remember which door your slug was by, and now you're gonna check them both. We do see the survivor over here. The question is, how close is this door to being open? We see the 3 lights. The shred not gonna be there. There's
dead
somebody
hard.
getting out. Wow.
Wait a minute. Do you get over there in time? No, you don't. The 4K challenge is not completed. One gets out. They deny Wispy the 4K.
I think do you see maybe? So obviously here now you got the little bit of the reading here with the aura. Do we see do you think we get a hatch?
I mean, it's possible. It's extremely possible. Oh no, able to cut through right here.
Yeah, it turns this a corner. You do have the pallet here though that can at least get you a little bit of time. Wispy doing a good job though, really smart decision and like not go for the break right away, right? Trying to see if you can get the orange out of position and kind of able to make the really nice mind game actually, quite honestly, to move around here.
Yeah, for sure. I think for B Orange, I think she was expecting you to be right there. Oh, there it is, the mad grid.
You seriously didn't remember doing that coming from that into the basement? Demo's probably one of my favorite mad grid killers for sure. However, have you seen Nemesis with Mad Grit?
Oh yeah, it's so good, dude. Nemi with the mad grid is so good.
Reminds me of like the wrestling figures back in the day. You just press the button over and over again. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's so good. Oh
so
man.
I look at the 4K here, but you know, 11 stages altogether if you include the progressions.
Yeah, and I think that's actually the first time on Vigos that we've seen a challenge not get completed. So I want to walk everybody. Through what that means. That means that whoever put that challenge up for the 4K, your money just went right back to you. You just got refunded that money you put up for the 4K challenge.
So that means, you know, if you want to use that money for like, I don't know, Team No Mither against the Oni in this next game, feel free to do so.
That came up already. Team No Mither against the Oni, just, yep.
Yes, let's go.
Unless that's from the last one, but I don't think it is. I think that they've already been redeemed. That's a new one. So yeah, Team No Mither, a 4K, and then another challenge is also up as well, which is of course our Oni. Do we have any other challenges up? I'm gonna wait for confirmation. Shelter Woods is the map. We have a map.
Okay, so we are putting Oni kind of like on his competitive home here, right? Well, I mean, I would say that a lot of places have been putting Oni on Sheltered Woods. A lot, I should say. I feel like calling that home for him is still pretty fair. Now, one thing that's going to be interesting here is with the No Mither. We kind of saw in that last game how they were able to be very efficient on the gens. And we could talk about Sheltered Woods being a very small map. So you can kind of rotate and get gens done even more efficiently, right? if our Oni isn't careful here?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with no mither, I mean, even if Oni goes ahead and like downs you, if Oni doesn't hook you immediately, then you have to 4K. I mean, you have to try to get up. Like you'll be able to with no mither if the Oni doesn't hook you. Sorry, I had a little birdie in my ear at the same time, and I lost my train of thought. You know, doesn't happen often, but I did.
I'm trying to think here. So we haven't had a map change this time.
We have.
No, Sheltered Woods.
Shelter Woods. We just said that. Man, now it's your turn.
See, it's
contagious.
your turn. It's contagious. I apologize.
Something's in the weather, all right?
Yeah. So, could you do?
You can make
I
everybody.
see we have a survivor squad no perk. Oh, we do have a no perk for killer. Okay.
Yeah.
What would you prefer? Like, what do you think would be the better balance here? To for Oni. What do you think would be the better balance here? Do you think you do since we're with everything that's already lined up, would you rather take Oni and give him only his power or give him no perks?
I think power only Oni might be very, very good. I want to see power only Oni, but knowing that Arctic Wolves is so good at juking, power only Oni is like, that would be quite difficult, right?
Yeah, I mean, you would have to have somebody who's very comfortable with Oni for that to be comfortable. Yeah. But if you hit flicks like them, that could turn into a pretty fun massacre pretty quick.
Indeed. We're actually seeing the Demogorgon challenge get completed there. That's why you saw that top left. But man, oh man. Wait, do we see Wispy with... Hold on, let me zoom in here. Wispy's got a med kit.
Yeah.
Wispy also has no mither.
So?
Yeah?
And?
Okay.
And?
Okay. Fair. Now she's Nancy and she still has no mither. Fair. Okay.
What was the
Do it yourself build? Self-care, no mither.
Yeah.
Yep. Self-care, no mither, inner healing, and Boon, circle of healing. Right there.
There you go. Winner.
You will win every game.
It won't be nearly as bad as that one time. I think it was the DBD mobile page put out the build that was like all exhaustion perks.
Oh my god.
And then quickly took it down.
Yeah. it had sprint burst and then every other exhaustion basically. Yeah.
Sprint burst, balance, landing, and dead hard or something like that.
Sprint burst, balance, landing, dead hard, and lithe. The only one you get to use is sprint burst.
Yeah. Imagine.
Guaranteed. Well, I guess not guaranteed. You could walk off of something or slow vault off of something and then, but that's just like sprint burst.
True though. You know what's been interesting? I feel like, and I don't know if it's just maybe because of like the lobbies that I typically queue into, but I was kind of expecting to see Overcome be used more after it became like released.
Well, it hasn't been allowed to be used in Vigos yet because it came out after the season started.
Right. I just mean in general.
Fair. I will say in Champions of the Fog so far, I've seen them use it quite a bit. It's been in a lot of builds. I've seen Overcome come up. So I think we will see it used quite a bit, especially versus Nemi. It was kind of crazy. Like I saw a lot of them use it versus Nemi. Like it was a Nemi counter. They'd
would
go ahead and
overcome also work on the whip, or is it only the health
Yeah.
state change?
anything that takes you to an injury state. So here's what's crazy. The zombie counts to give you overcome. So you're running away from Nemi and you want to get further away. You go ahead and you take a zombie hit at a distance from him already and overcome the hell out of dodge.
But that's what I'm saying though. So, but if it's like the first hit where you just get the infection, it does not trigger the overcome. Correct.
Correct.
It's only when it does the change.
You
change
have to
state.
go to an injury state.
Okay. That makes sense.
Oh, I see Turtle Soup saying -5 points because we did see one forgotten blueprint offering. Definitely. We're seeing a little bit of fun in the chat with that, right?
Yeah, honestly though, like I always like to see whenever we get the competitive community together to kind of I always love seeing the memes and stuff in chat because it kind of shows how close together like the comp scene has kind of become, you know?
Yeah. Oh, there's the blood orbs. That was kind of an interesting spectator bug. We didn't see any of the blood orbs until he started like actually trying to slurp them up, you know?
Should I just do that sound every time?
I mean, like, I'm down. It's like boba tea, right? Those the boba bubbles. Oh no.
Oh, but gets done stupid. Plus 10 wood to the face here. So this is going to be Nia here, going to be able to at least create a little bit of distance. But of course, with those blood orbs all the way around, quickly into the power goes our killer here. And of course, B Orange, I believe, has a little bit of experience with the Oni, if I'm not mistaken. Should be able to get us a flick or two, maybe try and get us something for the highlight reel. But we do see working around a little bit of a more unsafe palette here in the middle. But again, even if you don't get the down here, a whole bunch of blood orbs are going to be around. But as I'm saying that, there's the down.
Yeah, and I think it looked like they were about to demon dash away, and I'm like, no, it's no matter. Don't do it. But yeah, better judgment prevails, going ahead, getting them on hook. And it is worth noting that the entire time that you're in power, nobody's dropping blood orbs. So it makes sense to end power as early as possible. Go ahead and let those no mither orbs just collect on the ground, right?
For sure, and especially seeing this here now, working around the long wall now.
Oh
that
my
flick was
lord.
Disgusting. That was actually really nasty. And of course, now with a gen popping, we do have some information on where.
Oh my lord.
What just happened?
They vaulted back into the. They just got killed. They got murdered.
And I think, of course, now since we do see the orange rotating over here, you should be able to secure the hook and the slug here. So this is actually really good pressure right now.
I mean, yeah, and oh no, Nancy's right here. Did she bring Saboteur? Nope, no breakout Sabo that plays this time.
But we do have some information on where she is. We do see those blood orbs as we continue to head over towards the hook here. We can just kind of, as we do see more, I'm guessing probably a borrowed time here. We are going to count that out. Going around the other way, we do still see the borrowed, or the body block, I should say, coming in from Claudette. Oh, actually really good teamwork. Worth noting here, honestly. But now here's the question, right? Because of course, you get the down, you're already primed for your power. You just pick up the Claudette and like, you haven't really allowed much distance to be built, right?
For sure. How did Nancy get all the way over there? Did you see where Nancy went? Because our killer lost them, but I saw them. They were all the way on the other side of the gen. That's some fast crawling. Do they have tenacity?
That be that tenacity value. Maybe we'll have to keep an eye out that. Keep an eye out for that, I should say, here in the end game chat whenever we get to the end and actually can see our perks and everything. But you can see this generator has just about all of the progress needed here. Oh, got the flick, maybe just a little bit too early. Instead, stayed on the inside, and our survivor there with the nice situational awareness to know not to jump right into our killer's view. I say that, but then there's caster's curse, I guess.
I mean, that do be how it happens sometimes. Nancy over here again, not getting the blind, but not getting hit either.
And I think at this point, you just go ahead and go for the pickup, right? Because like you said, while you're in the power, of course, our survivors ain't dropping any of those orbs. So you want to start dropping them so you can get that build up back into that power super quick here.
Yeah, and as you can see, like there's a lot of orbs over here to be had, right?
Yeah, I mean, you what, 3 people running? And also, if I'm not mistaken, if they were on the field before he pops his power, they'll still be on the field after his power is done, correct?
Correct, yeah. But I mean that's the thing, like right there we actually saw our killer immediately like pop power as soon as power was available. I almost feel like letting it sit and walking to the next survivor may net you better orb generation in the end game, right? Like you're gonna have so many orbs that just pop power continuously then, rather
be honest,
than
you refrained from saying orbs suck it, shouldn't you?
yeah, I did. you caught me, okay?
We do see though the Nancy now moving in for the unhook. Definitely don't want to be doing that there with a simple M1. That is going to be a down, and with the pickup here now, the begs the question: is there anybody else close? Because we have another hook that's close, and now this could just be 2 survivors being camped. I was going to say, but we do see here unhook coming in relatively quick, and now our Oni just running around and we're gonna have that power back here and just another. There we go, and now we're gonna be popping right back into that power, continuing chase here. This is crazy.
I mean, hey, and I don't think anybody redeemed the power only Oni, but I think that's kind of what we're seeing here.
I mean, to be fair, we kind of got to we gave him essentially power only without having to be power only by playing for no mither, right? But we do see here with the M1, and you do have another survivor in the area. I was gonna say, wouldn't be surprised to see the slug in this case. Now moving towards the shack, nice flick around the rock. Not gonna be able to get the down here though, and I would say after the you think there's a you think they're trying to force the grab, decisive strike. Oh, they know better. He's a knower.
Definitely is a knower, but for sure we still do have all of these survivors still alive. Not a single death yet. I will say we have no way out, and no way out just did get procced, so for sure we're going to see the survivors try to hide this out.
Yeah, forced axe to the no way out though does not give our survivors too much sense of safety, as they are going to be locked in the trial quite a bit, as we do see B Orange over here coming around the TNL, just getting more of the blood here, getting ready for that power. We do see now at this point ready to pop that bad boy, working around the long wall of the TNL here, and maybe might be able to see 1 or 2 more good flicks here.
What are these doors, Q? Absolutely. What the hell are these doors?
I mean, you know, my boy B Orange over here did a little rain dance to the RNGs and got things working on his side. You know what I'm saying?
I just, oh my lord.
Oh my god.
Be Orange over here with the flicks, okay? Like, if you didn't know the boy got the flicks like this, he got the flicks like, we just saw orbs appear over there. We know where Survivor is. Oh, they know too. They out of here.
Yeah, true. Be Orange do be nasty like that, but we do see now at this point run through the middle, getting more of that power. Just about almost got that power ready to go here. All we basically need is just 1 or 2 more orbs. They are there. They are ready to go. I do believe we should have that no way out off of the doors. I just don't know if anyone's been able to pry. Oh, as I say it, there's someone who's with a nice down on the turtle soup.
And we do see the 2 out, so that will deny the 4K on the other side as well. Look at that, a 2 out on Shelter Woods with no mither and versus an Oni.
That's pretty impressive, honestly. I do feel like the no mither gamers that we have seen in our last couple of exhibitions like this have actually put up a very good fight.
For sure, yeah. Like honestly, it was pretty good. Also, I'm finding out here a couple things. B Orange is on console, not PC, so those flicks are coming from the good old joystick. But then, at the same time, his team told him that he had to do power only Oni. So he had a challenge from his team on top of the challenges from.
Love to see it.
Yeah, that's crazy. We love it. But yeah, definitely GG's to both teams here participating, and then thank you to all of the viewers that helped us out, getting us getting us all
really
these
fun.
challenges. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like the concept here. Definitely a lot of fun with that. I feel like, you know, we've also come up with some other good ideas to maybe throw into the fire, so to speak, to try out for the next one. Because that was a blast.
Oh yeah, like it definitely was, and I can say that, hey, this is what we're gonna do for all the bye weeks to come, and hey, next season, something to possibly look forward to. Maybe we're gonna keep seeing this happen. Like there will be scheduled bye weeks for this to happen on. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, and who knows, right? Like we could always maybe even look into if this is something that people really like. I mean, if it's something while we're getting ready to set up the next season, maybe when we want to do like a weekend sort of deal with playstream, if there's enough interest in that, that's something we can always do.
Well, I'll say there's something in the works actually. So playstream
supposed to be a hook, line, and sinker for them to be like, oh, well, let's do it.
I mean, 100%, but there's something in the works. I gotta tell you, it's like, it's even better, okay? It's even better. So what if I told you, right? If we can show good interest in playstream, that playstream has sponsored some tournaments, like weekend tournaments, to go ahead and they put in some money for the prize pool, but then everybody involved can also be using playstream on their own stream with challenges that like we Vigos would give you to use with your communities streaming, and that also builds the prize pool.
So
while you still get your playstream challenge.
Player specific or team specific or both?
Like it would be all around, all of it.
That's really cool.
So it would be super cool. And what's awesome about it is that, like, let's say that Q, you're participating with the team, you're streaming, right, and let's say that your viewers go ahead and challenge you specifically get that donation, right? So you're getting stream revenue, but then playstream is also taking that same thing and putting it also in the prize pot, growing the prize pool.
That's pretty sick.
That is super sick.
So that means, like,
there are things like that.
If they already challenge you with like you talked about there, like the no mither, and then someone can also walk into my specific stream and then go, or into a survivor specific stream and go, oh, and while you're running no mither, why don't you go ahead and run, you know, inner
healing, self-care.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they just make you run a sprint, like they make you run sprint burst dead hard live with no mither.
Yeah.
I mean, oh man, honestly, it would be pretty cool, but those are the type of things that, like, we Vigos have already started talking about a little bit with playstream, right? There's more to come on that for sure, but hey, it is definitely great to see that we have like interest in playstream, because we'll be utilizing this more and more. That way we can build that prize pool for our teams, as well as provide opportunity for our teams to go ahead and make a little money themselves. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and two, I like it because it's like we're already getting together, and it's obviously like a lot of people that we, especially obviously in the Vigos community know. But now we get to you know, throw out some fun challenges and throw the extra twist on top, because it's one thing like say this past weekend, right? We saw where like everyone and their mama had like DVD tournaments going on, and scoring might be about the same, and you know, everything's kind of about the same. But this is something that's like completely different and fresh, and it's like something that's like you just get it's
fun.
It's new, you know?
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah. I can say as a playstream partner like myself, like I've been using this software, and I think it's a lot of fun. Honestly, y'all are giving me more ideas for like, oh shit, write that down. I gotta put that on my stream. Shit, that's a good challenge. So yeah, it's a lot of fun seeing the software used too. Like everybody uses it a different way. So I think when we get into like doing a tournament where all the streamers can have like their own cards and stuff too, that's when it is gonna get nuts, right? because like one streamer might have a set of challenges and another streamer might like tailor theirs a little bit differently and stuff. And
Right.
yeah, it would be super cool. But yeah, that's all we got for today. Like, honestly, that was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you for coming out. And
We're back at 6 tomorrow.
oh yeah, we are, for another game, and that one will actually be Road to the Final Verdict. But for this edition, we do have Arctic Wolves being convicted of murder in our fun matchup here. But that's going to be all from us, guys. Court's adjourned.
Peace.
Make you know I